Let us stand, please. I ask the village chaplain to lead us in a word of prayer.
Let us pray. Our Father and our God, we lift up this village to you. We lift up this village board, this village president to you, oh God, as they deal with concerns of this village. Oh God, we pray that you would bless them in such a way that they might deal with the concerns of this village in such a way that they would please, first of all, you and then those that they serve. Oh God, bless their families, provide whatever resources are needed, that they can move this village forward in such a way that you will be pleased. We thank you for what you're doing, for what you've done, and even for what you're going to do. We ask even your protection on those that are patrolling the village. Oh God, keep them safe from all hurt, harm, and danger. Bless this president, these trustees, their families. Do it all for your glory. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. The Village Board of Trustees regularly scheduled board meeting will now come to order. The time is 5:22. The date is Wednesday, May 1st, 2024. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Charles Griffin,
Present.
Trustee Johnny Griffin,
Present.
Trustee Freddie Wilson,
Here.
Trustee Elliot Harper,
Present.
Trustee Jimmy Viverette.
Present.
Not present for the roll are Trustees Antoine McMichaels and Trustee Tyrese Andrews, but Mayor, you do have enough full quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Can I have a motion to approve agenda? Moved by Trustee Wilson, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Griffin. All in favor, use sign of aye. All opposed, nay. So ordered. Can I have a motion to approve regular board minutes for April 17th, 2024? Moved by Trustee Wilson. Trustee Griffin?
Second.
Second by Trustee Wilson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Viverette,
Yeah.
Trustee Harper,
Yes.
Trustee Wilson,
Yes.
Trustee Griffin.
Yes.
The motion is carried to approve the regular meeting minutes for April 17th, 2024.
I see we have representatives from the Cook County Sheriff's Office. The next item on the agenda is the intergovernmental agreement between the Cook County Sheriff's Office and the Village of Fort Heights. I'd like to amend the agenda at this point to allow for those representatives to participate in any dialogue that's related to that particular agreement. Can I have a motion to do so?
So move.
Moved by Trustee Wilson, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Griffin. All in favor, use the sign of aye. All opposed, nay. So ordered. What you have in your board pack, and you've had it for several months, is an intergovernmental agreement between the County of Cook on behalf of Cook County Sheriff's Department and the Village of Fort Heights. I've given the board ample time to review this particular document, and this is an opportunity now for you to ask any questions to or discuss any portions of this particular document that you may have concern with. So I would say that I took time out and read the document again. I would first of all say that this is an amended document from an initial IGA that the village had with county in 2014. I think that what's probably a little bit different is that this document kind of gives the Cook County Sheriff a little bit more authority as it relates to building, as it relates to public safety, public health, and my opinion is it cannot give the Cook County Sheriff Department the opportunity to do a little bit more. in reference to some of the things that's been transpiring. I've made several phone calls as it relates to gunfire, gunshots. And what I was pretty much told was that the Cook County Sheriff's there to work with the village, but you can't tie their hands in reference to their capacity to do their job. And I concur, but at the same time, I do later on in this discussion have a couple questions on, and a couple requests as far as revision in this document. But I want to allow the Board of Trustees, first of all, and I'm going to allow for the representative from Cook County Sheriff Department to even enter into any dialogue that is possible. And maybe we should even go a little bit further, because I do see some residents here that was in, that live in areas where there were gunshots last night. I heard them. I live a block away from them. And it has gotten to the point it's ridiculous. And we have to figure out some kind of way to do something about it. We have to work jointly, we have to work together, and any effort that we possibly can to eliminate that type of activity. And when it comes to public health, this is number one. Public safety is number one. You know, so therefore, I'm going to open up to the board, but I'm going to ask the board even prior to then to even let the individuals that's in attendance that may have some questions or concerns as it relates to this particular issue. This is a real concerning issue. I thought the red and white store was bad, but this got the red and white store beat. And that's how terrible it is. And you had phone calls, folks calling me, and sorry, Commander Watson, but a couple of them asked for your number. You know? And the fact of the matter is, I didn't hesitate to provide it. I think that that's part of our role. I didn't hesitate not to answer the phone. I do the best I can, but I'm not law enforcement. And so I'm going to ask for the board to also allow for resident participation in this particular discussion. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Wilson, is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Second by trustee Barrett. All in favor, use sign of aye. All opposed, nay. Okay, the floor is open. I'm going to ask Commander Watson, can you please just kind of give an overview and express to the board what our conversation consists of? You know, how important it is to actually have something, some type of contractual agreement or something in place. I'm asking the attorney to also chime in on anything that he may have on behalf of the city. And so, Commander Watson. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. As you all know, we are the police in your town. And in order for us to police here, we have to have this contract signed. One of the things that was changed was it gives us the right to be able to enforce the codes for Heights, whether it's building or health and police. And that's what we're trying to do. We even have gone as far as trying to assist you all in trying to get some staff, some attorneys or maybe judges to come here once a month to assist with holding court here. So you guys can do your own, what's that? What am I looking for?
Administrative law judge.
Law judge here, adjudication judge. So you guys can hold court here. So basically, it's the same agreement that allows us to be able to police in your town. And at the same time, it gives us a little bit more authority to enforce your codes and your ordinances. And I'll turn it over to you.
Mayor, the village board, the agreement that you have before you is essentially the same agreement that was already previously reviewed and signed. It changes nothing, okay? We do want a partnership with you to kind of get your building inspectors out there writing tickets when they spot violations. But the problem is that there needs to be a mechanism to go and adjudicate these tickets. If someone wants to contest the ticket, there's no mechanism there. So where fines are issued, that those fines would go to the board or to the village to supplement their building inspection program. And so we're willing to work with your inspectors, and you have two inspectors?
Yes.
That will be willing to partner with the county inspectors and assist them in getting the program up and running. Essentially, the only things changed on that agreement are the dates. So essentially, it's the same terms and conditions that you had reviewed previously and agreed to, and it's just a continuation of that.
I think in the document, it indicates that proceeds from the code enforcement of violations and tickets to go to Cook County.
For those that our officers write or the county inspectors write. If your inspectors write tickets, they go to the village. But you need to have someone to adjudicate those. And I know previously my understanding was that there was an attorney that came in and was able to be an administrative judge for the village of Fort Heights pro bono. And making some inquiries, there are attorneys that would be interested in gaining the experience in doing that. So maybe that's something that we could talk about. It would be once a month, the tickets would be written at a certain date. Typically, maybe a Thursday, once a month, that your tickets would be adjudicated.
I think
And those fines that were levied, that would go to the village.
But
Counsel, if I may,
go ahead.
is there a criteria in terms of what type of ordinance tickets the village can write and what type the Cook County Sheriff can write?
Sure. So if you look at Fort Heights Village Code, you have authority to enforce your code. That is on the books, you have that authority to do so. The Cook County Sheriff and the county building inspectors can write both Fort Heights and Cook County code violations as well. Okay? So that would be the difference. And getting a program up, I think, would benefit the village in the sense that you can correct these deficiencies or violations through your people, through your inspectors. But you need to have a adjudicator in place that can go in where if someone contests it, there's no mechanism to go in and adjudicate it, either find liable or not liable, and issue a fine.
Is there any reason, Counsel, why one agency can do all the ticket writing and there be an agreement between the village and the county to split the proceeds?
The county ordinance for county tickets have to go before a
judge
Cook County administrative law judge.
Okay.
And we cannot dictate to them. They go in, there's a mechanism to go in and get those tickets adjudicated. We don't handle any of the money when it appears there. That's the primary jurisdiction. The Village of Fort Heights administrative law judge would be unable to hear county tickets.
Okay.
So they would have to go to county, but you have a village code that you could hear village code violations here.
Okay, with the Cook County Sheriff's Department, I know in the document it talks about a liaison person. Can you kind of describe how that relationship would work? Because I know that it's been very inconsistent in the past, in terms of reporting back to the municipality on different activities, things that's actually occurring within the village limits. That liaison person, who would appoint that person, and exactly what role would he or she play?
So the liaison, I think there is no better liaison than sitting next to me here, Yolanda. She's available by phone. Mayor, you have her phone number, and many board members do. So that is your liaison. Essentially, it would be the commander of the Markham district would be your primary liaison.
Okay, so what I'm alluding to, would it be a possibility in this agreement to have maybe one of the village trustees or something also be a liaison person? Because oftentimes there's things that's happening in this village we know absolutely nothing about. A lot of times I will come in here and I find out that somebody was shooting on Ambassador. I didn't even know it, but everybody else knows. I guess because of Facebook, I don't do Facebook, so, you know.
As we have spoken about in the past, and with the previous mayor too, when there's an ongoing investigation, I can tell you that there was a shooting, but that's about all that I can tell you. Because we cannot divulge any of our evidence or information about it. So I have no problem giving you a ring if you would like and let you know, hey, because I started to call you the other day, it was kind of late, and just to let you know that there was a shooting. So if that's what you would like, I don't have a problem doing that, but I cannot give you any detail.
I think it goes a little further expanded than that. I think that what I'm suggesting is that you have that type of liaison relationship with the person, one of the members of the board, preferably the person that's overseeing the fire. And you're not only discussing what happened last night, but you're discussing and trying to be proactive in terms of trying to design ways to combat some of this adverse activity that's going on. You know, whether we're talking about the red and the white store, or whether we're talking about shootings or Diplomat or Ambassador or 15th Street, we have to, I don't want to continue to talk about it. I want to know that we have put some type of strategic plan together to do something about it. You know, because it just doesn't seem like anything's being done about all this. And I keep bringing up the gun stuff because this stuff was alarming to me for the last two. I come out of church at 10 o'clock. No, I come out probably 11:30 or something. There's 20 squad cars down there. And broad daylight, you got folks shooting.
Yes,
You
they
know.
shoot during the day, they shoot down Route 30, they shoot when the kids are going to school, they drive by and shoot.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they shoot everywhere. Yeah.
we have to be able to figure out some kind of way to combat that type of activity in this village, you know.
Yes, well,
I think that liaison person would work along with you and report back to the board on what are we doing to try to do something about, we got all this development that's happening, all this stuff that's going on, and then at the end of the day, you gotta deal with this crap. You know, I want to use another adjective, but, you know, it's a lot of people here. The fact is that it's not going away. You know, it's not being eradicated. I could see if it happened every now and then, but I'd say in the last 2 weeks, I know of 4 or 5 occurrences.
Could be more. But
Yeah.
yes, it is a internal gang issue, and we called several, just had a few now before we came over here, which is why I'm late. But we are here, we are saturating your town, but even yesterday, with over probably 15 officers here, they still doing what they have to do. This is not like it was prior. The mentality has changed, but we make our arrests and we do our raids, but then we see them the very next day. We can only account for the police aspect of it, but of course with the MOU that will increase us to be able to use those ordinances too, for like at the red store. And I wanted to, I guess we'll talk later about what you mentioned about properties. I think that was one of your questions that you had too.
We used to have a drug seizure ordinance
Yes,
in place where a person was selling drugs at that particular location, and it was identified by the Cook County Sheriff or whoever law enforcement is, that we could actually seize their property. You know, and what my question is that has laws changed? Is it now that how come we are not utilizing this tool?
Well, I think you have a much better tool, because the Cook County State's Attorney's Office has an ordinance, whereas if a house is being used for the sale of drugs, they can require the owner to either evict the tenant or confiscate the property.
Sure.
Is there any way we can get that state's attorney involved?
So you could go down two different tracks. You look at Chicago, the nuisance abatement program is exactly that. Where you have a property where you have a history of drug sales or violence, the city of Chicago, through their Chicago city ordinances, can move forward and declare that property a nuisance and require the owner to take remedial action. The other path you can take is go through the county, through the state's attorney. And again, ultimately, when those city cases go before the court, that the state attorney does get involved at some point where it does merit. But you have two tracks. You have the city of Chicago enforcing their nuisance, property nuisance ordinance, and you have the county can also do that as well through the state's attorney.
Okay, Jen, so can you do your due diligence on that and recommend back to this board what it is we should do? Because we have to do something. It's getting progressively worse. I've never seen it this bad.
So I think I think one of the keys is to get the building inspectors to go in and be able to that program up and running, and then once you go in and develop a history, we can file paperwork within the circuit court on the civil side to declare that as a nuisance. I believe the last time I looked at the village ordinance, which was not that long ago, that there is a provision in there.
Any question for the board?
Yeah, I got a question. I'm sitting here, I'm about to boil over. So you saying nothing has changed in this, this contract or whatever, but the date? So why ain't they doing anything about the people hanging out in front of the stores, loitering and
Every day.
and selling drugs in front of the police? And it's just, I'm really disappointed in the county, because I see people ride up a one-way street and the police sitting right there and do nothing about it. They ride up the one-way street to go buy their drugs, and the county sit there at the gas station and absolutely nothing about it. And that's like, wow. So is they here just to show appearance? Well, we here, but I'm not saying that they bad, but I don't see anything being done. The people that's at the stores hanging out like it's a grocery store, or like it's a tavern, all day and every day. On the 1st through the 5th, you can't even walk in the store. And if you do, you gotta be from out here, because you're gonna be scared to death. You ain't gonna pull over and go in there one of those stores. And I just say, either if the county ain't gonna do something to get our police department in order, then we need to get our own police department back. And maybe we can get something done then, because it's out of control. These shorties know they walking around here with guns. But then they tell me, well, we can't arrest them unless the store press charges. If they loitering, the store shouldn't have to press charges. The sign posted no loitering, and they standing there loitering all day from 8 o'clock or 7 when they open till 10, 11 o'clock when they close, every day, all day. If you ride down there right now, you'll see 40 or 50 guys standing around. And it's every day. People, I mean, if I didn't stay here, I would do 100 going through here to get out of the town. And that's how people feel. They have that light. People run through that light because they don't want to stop there, and accidents happen at least once or twice a month. And it's just horrible. No other town is going through what we go through here in Fort Heights. To have the best police department there is, with the best this and the best that and the best this and the best everything, and yet we get no service from them. None.
Okay, let me,
Can you
speak.
respond to that? 'Cause
Yeah, I
like
will.
that.
They was shooting on my block last night.
They can shoot, okay, like I said before we came in here, we just got 3 guns out of the car over there on Woodline. Yesterday, got guys in a stolen car crashing by the Ford plant. We got 3 guns out from that. That's in 2 days from your village. We did a raid over there on 15th Street.
15th Street, a raid
Yeah, we did.
on my block?
Yes, sir.
Where?
We were just over there, who's that? Walking Pizza last week. Thursday. But they're right.
I didn't see it.
Okay, well, we
But I'm gonna
still
listen to you,
did.
I just got one.
I'll give you the address later, but we still did it, and all of our guys, big old black tank came.
Well, I've been waiting, but my
Okay, well,
question is next.
I'm just saying what we've been doing. We're doing stuff, so to say that we're not active in town, I wouldn't say that that's not true. But I'm hoping that more can be done through the strategic planning that you guys were talking about. It's a lot going on everywhere, because right now it's just not the dope sale, it's the internal gang stuff, it's a lot of the domestic stuff, and it's all popping off all at the same time. Because while we're on Ambassador on their shooting yesterday, there was another shooting a block or two over. So even though with all that police presence, it's still not, they
Enough.
shoot when they shoot. They shot one of our officers' car not too long ago. He's parked at the stores. They wanted to get the guy walking. They shot anyway. So we're trying to figure out what we can do. The mentality now is totally different. They don't care, they're young. They're juveniles. They know not too much is being done at this point. We're getting them, and we're doing what we can. But we can't, there's no other town that will have 15 people in this small of an area. And there's still is violence going on.
Well, it's everywhere, but my question is this. You guys came in, I guess the county put up state-of-the-art cameras, shot spotters.
Yeah, they were just looking.
Everything, right?
Mhm.
Now, you guys tore down the shot spotter on my street. Why do we have to call the police and alert the police that they tore it down when you got a camera right there? Didn't you see them?
Well, the camera is not torn down, they're replacing those cameras.
I know
because
that, but
they
that
were
wasn't my
faulty.
point.
But they
My
were
point
faulty.
was, my
Yes.
point was,
Trustee, let her finish before you interrupt.
thank you. My point was, there's a camera there. The shot spotter is up there. Didn't that camera take his picture, tearing that shot spotter down?
We have pod cameras. They don't let us know when they're shots. They're different. They're more so of a recording a surveillance type of a thing. We don't have shot spotters. So when something occurs on the block, you can go back and look at that camera or pull up all of the cameras that we have and see if we can try to find that vehicle. So it doesn't really tell us when there's shots fired. When we do hear shots fired, we go in that area, we canvass as much as we can. We try to talk to citizens in the town, and we get it too. No one really wants to talk, so we understand that. So the most that we can do is really try to search, find what we can find, and then see if anyone will talk or try to get intel. But all of that has to be over time, because no one's saying anything.
I said that because Sunday, same thing the mayor was talking about. This happened outside my house, shot all the windows out my truck. You guys came to my house and asked me if I saw anything. I didn't hear anything but the gunshots, and after that, I definitely wasn't walking outside. Okay, so they didn't even do a police report for my windows getting shot out. I go up and down the street listening to my neighbors. They got holes in their houses. They wasn't involved. But we got a camera right here on the pole that canvasses the whole street all the way up to the other end. And no one has said, well, we got this on camera. Now, one thing about that, my wife, a guy came from the house, I guess buying some drugs, and my wife took an Uber. And before the Uber could turn around and go back down the street, smashed into my wife. So I heard her and the Uber driver. Nothing was done about that.
When
So
you
I'm
say
just trying to
nothing, what are
find
you
out.
talking about? Because if you call and want a report done, we would issue a report. That's a traffic crash. We do
Did
have
you not?
reports.
It was done.
Right, so if you just said nothing was done. And she
No,
just
no,
said
she
it was.
called.
Well, yeah. Those cameras are not shot spotter cameras. Those are just surveillance. So that if something occurs, we can pull those up and see what happened. It's not a proactive thing. Well, proactive, hoping that crime will not be committed.
It's
But
like
it's
a
more
first start.
surveillance.
I understand what you're saying.
It's
It's a beginner's unit when we need high-tech stuff out here. Cause I was going to get up and go to church, and I'd have been walking out the door when all of this happened. Then I go up the street, it's a car with at least 75 holes in it, and the guy didn't even get hit. He got away. 2 cars wrecked.
Okay.
So I just had to put that out there.
Any
I'm
other
not understanding.
trustees?
I just have another question for the commander.
Yes.
I'm not understanding.
At the end of the intergovernmental agreement, they have the Exhibit A, which includes the breakout in terms of how the funds are allocated. Is there any
discretion in amending this to take funds out of one category and place it in another?
Could you be a little more specific as to what
Sure.
we're going to shift on this? Or?
I'm looking at the gang crime narcotic unit is budgeted at 72,000. And then you have the investigation section, evidence technician, at 200 or some thousand. Can that gang crime narcotic unit be increased? And reduce that amount from the investigation section?
Oh, you want to take money from investigating a crime to put into our attack unit, pretty much our gang unit?
A certain amount. If we can double the amount in the gang crime and reduce the investigation by that amount.
Well, that's fine.
Just in terms of the, if you just give me just a moment, please.
Okay.
Which is a good idea.
Exhibit 8, which is last page.
Yeah, with regard to that breakdown, that breakdown does not impact the operational decisions that are made.
Okay.
So if there's a issue with gangs or drugs, that this agreement does not limit the commander saying, hey, look, we can only send 3 people, we need 10, right? We're going to send 10 people.
Okay.
This has no impact on operations, just in terms of the operational commander. They're going to take the people that they need to do this, whether it's in detective division, investigations are going to go out. They need 3 detectives on this case or 5 detectives on the other case. That does not factor into how many people we send.
Okay.
That's why that was new to me. I'm like, I don't deal with money. We just bring everyone over.
Well, why break it down based on those line items if it doesn't have an impact? Because actually, when you look at this, it's like you're departmentalizing certain services as far as law enforcement is concerned, and that they have departmental budgets.
No, internally, for us, just in terms of going in and for the internal budgets for those different departments, that impacts them as money they get, but just operationally, that does not factor in at all. Talk to any commander, Yolanda, it's not like, oh, wait a second, I'm over my budget this month on patrol or investigations or any other services.
Can I ask one more question? Can you tell me how much money is the county actually getting to police Fort Heights?
$4 million.
I don't.
It's in here. You didn't read it?
No,
This whole thing, it tells you exactly what the annual per year cost is $4,095,636.
we couldn't get that.
Just in terms of the money that we receive, supposed to be getting $3,000 a month. I don't think we've received that. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, you do, every month.
Okay, 3,000.
All we pay is $3,000. It costs them, the police, the village of Fort Heights, $4 million. If you want to put your department back together, you'll be operating off of $3,000. Because you're not going to get part of that $4 million.
So for example, we're talking about 15 officers here patrolling. So you're looking at, with benefits, probably in the neighborhood of 70, 80,000 per officer per hour, plus another,
An hour?
An hour?
You
70, 80,000?
gotta be saying that. No way.
You mean 70, 80,000?
$80,000 an hour?
No, I'm sorry.
Well, that's what you said. I was like,
Yeah, no, right.
I need to be a police officer. At that
I'm
kind
taking
of-
applications, actually. I was kidding.
Okay.
No, it's, for the officer, straight salary is around $60 an hour, I'm sorry.
Right.
With benefits, we're talking about $100 an hour, then plus the car, another 50 an hour, and just looking at what we do for hirebacks, if someone wants to do like a special event, we calculated what the salary benefits are, and it's not even close to the $3,000. Just get an idea where you multiply that by 15 officers that are here tonight.
Right. But they're getting that 4 million from the county to offset that 30.
No,
Whatever.
that's what the county expends in order to service for
But
that.
the government is giving that to the county.
No, there is no line item budget for Fort Heights. We get our budget, you police with what you get from the county. There's no line item from the county board to us saying, oh, you're in Fort Heights?
What it is that we're the police, whether we're here in Fort Heights or not. So that's our salary. So because we have specific people that have to be in your town every day, 24/7, that is the total for the year that is spent here just for Fort Heights. There's no other area that gets this much as Fort Heights does. And you all are only paying $3,000 of that large deal. So let's say you get your police department today, that $4 million then gets spread out to all the rest of Cook County. Whereas right now, it's geared straight for here.
Only to the county.
What?
Yeah.
Did I
I
say
say
Cook?
it's right. So
Oh.
I'm going to the Cook County. that's
It'll be
here.
going for us to work in other places, because it's our salary. That's
Wilson,
what that is.
Yes.
it's not going to Cook County, it's expended by Cook
Right.
County.
That's what they're paying out.
And if they was not here, they would take that 4 million and that.
Spread it out.
Yes.
Spread it out.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, can I have a motion, please, to enter into,
So move, man.
move by,
Don't pay them. Tomorrow night, it'll.
you got a question?
Yes, sir.
It's every year, just
Go ahead, sir.
we do the same thing.
It relates to the IGA.
Yes, sir.
You didn't
Go
know
ahead.
that?
Trustee and the board and the mayor, I want you to think about some things. If the county is doing a job, or whatever kind of job they're doing, what's the purpose of trying to do another added job with us when they can't even get control of the job they're doing? Why would they spend our what's it called, when they come in and do all the housing and all that stuff, but what's the purpose? I know they say the purpose is to make it better, but this is a finance thing, it's a money thing. It's almost like, let Chicago, we pay Chicago Heights water, but they're gonna come in and take our water department now, and they're gonna run everything. That's the same thing you're about to do to the county. They're about to come in and now they're gonna control your whole city. And you gotta really, I would say, give 6 months to build a relationship better with them, with the liaison that we're talking about, and then maybe get into disagreement. But please don't enter disagreement with them right now, because now it's only gonna get worse. We don't have a relationship with the county as it is, as a citizen in Fort Heights. We don't have a relationship with the county. The county don't have a relationship with the board. So now you're telling me you're gonna go tax our people more money, and the money's gonna go all the way to the county because you ain't never gonna get adjudicators to do the things they're talking about doing, because you ain't never gonna write no tickets. All the tickets will come from them. Just like you do anyway now. The tickets are gonna come from the county, that's gonna go to the county. We won't receive a dime. So let's try to enter the same agreement we had last time until we work on the relationship part more. And then we get the relationship part more, we might get moved into this kind of agreement. But that's insane to say that you can go ahead on and be our ordinance people, and our people that do the housing, and our people that do this, and our people that do that. They just want
Okay,
control.
let me say,
More money.
in response to Reverend Jones, I've read the document, and it doesn't prohibit the village from doing anything. We will continue to do code enforcement. We will
Let's just
continue,
do our work, when you get-
we're doing a lot of code enforcement, a lot of tickets that are being turned over to the Illinois Debt Recovery Program. What's happening without code enforcement and why it's been so deliberate putting the adjudication process in place is that you write the tickets and most of them are not gonna pay a citation because it's a compliance ticket. And it doesn't affect anything. It can't suspend their license, or it's nothing that you really do but affect their credit. So therefore, most of the time, they're not gonna pay it. You have to be tied into the Illinois Debt Recovery Program to even get it. We got stacks of tickets in violation, this, that, and other. They're not gonna do no good. You enter the data into the recovery program when they get a chance to renew their license. If they want their license renewed, then you can start to get paid. But here's what I recommend. I've read the document. It doesn't prohibit the village or local code or building departments from doing anything. What it does, it enables the Cook County Sheriff to do even a better job.
Wow.
And so what my recommendation to the board is to approve the IGA.
For
Can
how
I-
long?
This is for 4 years to 29. But understand one thing with this agreement, and that's why I asked you guys to read it.
Read it.
You could get out of this within
30 days.
60 days. All you gotta do is say you want out of it,
Yeah, that's all.
and you're out of it.
But you
So
can't read it.
this doesn't hold you, to where you hostage to anything. It gives them the instruments to do a better job. It's simple as that. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Viverette, is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Griffin, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Wilson? Trustee Harper?
Yes.
Trustee Viverette?
Yes.
Trustee Griffin?
Yes.
Does the motion carry? That's 3 out of 4.
Wilson abstained and goes as a yes, so it's 4.
Right.
All right, the motion is carried to enter into the intergovernmental agreement between the County of Cook on behalf of the Cook County Sheriff and the Village of Fort Heights.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next on the agenda is consideration and possible action to approve Mayor's proclamation for Municipal Clerk Week, May 9th through 11th. And you have that proclamation in your board pack, and it reads, Office of the Mayor, Proclamation Municipal Clerk Week, May 9th through May 11th, 2024.
Amen.
Whereas the office of the municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world.
Let's
And
go.
whereas the office of municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants, and whereas the office of municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local government bodies, and agencies of local government at other levels, and whereas the municipal clerk pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal services to all, and whereas the municipal clerk serves as the informational center on functions of local government and community, and whereas the municipal clerk continuously strives to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the municipal clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of the state, province, county, and international professional organizations. And whereas it is most important that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the municipal clerk. Now therefore, I, Charles R. Griffin, Mayor of the Village of Fort Heights, do recognize the week of May 5th through May 11th, 2024 as Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our municipal clerk, Nairi D. Ford, for the vital services she performs and her exemplary dedication to the community she represents. Dated this day, what is today?
May 1st.
May 1st.
May 1st, 2024, Charles R. Griffin. So can I have a motion to accept the proclamation for Clerk
So moved.
Larry Ford? Moved by trustee Wilson, is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Second by trustee Viverette, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Harper?
Yes.
Trustee Griffin?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Viverette?
Yes.
The motion has carried to approve the proclamation for Municipal Clerks Week. Thank you all.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
You did say that you wanted a few of us there as well.
I do.
Legal.
Mr. Mayor, thank you. I wanted to just mention that we have completed the operating statement for the joint venture with the COPEC Group. So we're just going to prepare that to be signed by your office. And once that is done, then we can proceed in looking for the necessary grants and other monies that may be available to effectuate the process. We also have set the hearing, the board hearing for the intergovernmental, for the resolution that was entered at the last board meeting. The public hearing will be May 22nd, 2024 at 3 o'clock. And that is for the resolution that allows for the change in the zoning for the parcel located at 1754 East Joe Orr Road. So that is in place as well. And the letters has gone out to all of the owners in the area. So I think we should be in pretty good shape.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
The young lady that was at the last meeting was speaking in reference to that. That doesn't pertain to that area where she lives.
Yes, it's in that area.
It's in that area, so she has been made aware of it.
She'll be at the public hearing on the
If she
22nd.
is a owner of the land that's congruent with this land, she would have received a letter, certified mail return receipt.
I talked with her, she'll be at the public hearing. Only thing she wants to know, make sure that it's not gonna raise her taxes. And it's not gonna raise
It's
her
not gonna
taxes, so. Thank you, Judge. Committee reports, finance, trustee Andrews not present. Is there anything on the finance? Personnel, trustee McMichael's not present. And we do send out our best wishes to trustee McMichael for speedy recovery. I'm going to ask the village administrator to send her good get well note and flowers to show that we are concerned and wishing her well. Police and fire, trustee Wilson.
I would like to set up a meeting with the police, the fire chief and his, the chiefs that's under him, sometime as soon as possible. So whatever I need to do, Mayor, to set that in motion so that we can have that meeting, because we definitely need a meeting about some issues that's going on with the department.
Okay, thank you. Would we, trustees, would you have the village administrator to set the meeting up?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Would you have the village administrator to set that meeting up?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll do that tomorrow.
Streets and alleys, trustee Griffin.
I just want to make sure that everybody know, right now, Public Works and Streets and Alleys, whatever you want to call it, is about to get into Clean Up the Village program. I will be having a meeting with the mayor sometime in the next couple of weeks of when we can get some type of dumpsters set in those areas where we want to clean up the whole Lincoln Way. I live in Lincoln Way, so I want to do that whole area. Golden Meadows, Sunnyfield. We're going to be going through this village, trying to clean up everything that's been laying around for years. Do the best that we can to make this a cleaner place to live. So that's one thing that's on the table. You all have paid attention to the grooming of this village, which we got a pretty good staff running now. They're working hard. We're cutting the grass where you can walk in places where you used to couldn't walk. Little small things, getting obstructions out the way. Dead trees that failed in areas that's been there, they will be getting picked up, took away. What we want to do is be able to look from street to street. Like right now in Kennedy Lane, you can see the highway, stuff like that. Nice, clean village. One thing we need to do is get rid of the gunshots.
Thank you. Any questions for Trustee Griffin? Let me also add, under the Public Works and the cleanup program, that I met with the owner of GMI, Gary, I think it's on Gary. And we did schedule the cleanup beginning Monday. I did put, I think it's 1532 Congress on top of the list, along with the other location on Embassy 1500 Embassy Lane, because those are just like the Public Works supervisor kind of put them in a pile. And those would be very simple, easy. He'll come in and he'll grab that stuff and they're gone. I gave them 8 locations that I want cleaned up, and some of the other locations is 3 burned up houses. You know, and somebody just set them on fire. 3 on Region. You turn on Region, it looks like you're in Beirut. You know, I mean, it's horrible. I put those 3 houses on there. We'll place liens on the property, you know, for cleanup, because they are safety and health hazard, but we don't own the property. And so, but we don't have to live like that till we at least clean it up. We did that on Lexington, the little black house behind, you know, Jose, where I'm talking about. That's one of the sites. The Barker house down the street is another one of the sites. And then you have 2 locations on 14th Place that will be demolished. The one house, right, you turn on the corner, it's got a hole in it. It was crazy, you know.
The White House.
The White House, yeah, the second one. That's being demolished. Then Reverend McMillan's old house. Okay, so all of these structures they're not gonna finish this week, but they'll finish the ones that's easiest, that's up top first. So that's just for information, anyone that's concerned about what's going on in terms of demoing those properties. Public health and sanitation, Trustee Hopper.
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
Okay, I'm gonna suggest, I got Sam from that red store in. I see you put a fence up, but that's just not good enough.
Right.
You know, we need to get him another letter, get him back in. And I was told that he was gonna tear the upstairs of the building.
Yes, but I sent Morris out, I'm waiting on Morris to give me a report.
Okay, let's get him in, Trustee Hopper, and let you and I sit down and come up with a plan on what that whole thing is, what he had to do. He has to improve that property. I'm gonna try to condemn it. So something has to happen there.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Water and sewer, Trustee Viverette?
Mr. Mayor, I really don't have a report. I don't like coming to board meetings, man, and sitting here and not giving a report, but if I don't get any information, man, I don't really respond that I can't give a report. You know, I'm not getting any feedback when we have water breaks. I'm not getting any feedback of how much water used to be used a month. So, you know, so I can't give a report if I'm not getting any information. So I don't have a report.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Viverette, I haven't paid a lot of attention to water, to be very honest with you, other than getting grant money, you know, to repair water mains, water lines. But I will get with you, because I did ask Mr. Woods on several occasions to start to give you a copy of that water consumption rate, where he records the number of millions of gallons of water that's used every month. He has it, it's recorded, it's right there on the register in that Public Works pumping facility up there on Park. And so I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna also suggest that you get Metropolitan Pumps out to kind of train you and let you know where you can get a key to that facility and go in and do a reading yourself, you know. And so any way I can help to make sure that you get whatever it is you need, then, you know, just let's work together on it. Okay?
I have a question, man.
Yeah.
Did anything ever come of the Hammond, you know, we was paying Chicago Heights and we was paying Hammond? Did that get dissolved or what's going on with that? We
No.
paying two people for the same one water.
Right, my attorney over there, we supposed to got together and gave him a letter and, supposed to time to set up a meeting with him. And,
A meeting with whom?
Hammond.
no, with
We met
Chicago
with
Heights.
Hammond.
We're supposed to meet with Chicago Heights to try to find out why we got two lines. They charged $20,000 per line on the south side.
I understand,
They billed
but
up for $27,000 on the north side.
if I'm not mistaken, I thought you was going to contact that water department.
Right.
Wait, let me finish. And then if you didn't get any cooperation with them, then you would come back to me and I would try to set up a
Right.
meeting with TJ.
Right, but I did. You remember we talking, you said that you need to know who's gonna sit into the meeting?
Right.
And I gave you the name, that it would be myself, and one of my other trustees, along with you. You know what I'm saying? And,
Give me the names and I will get a letter out to
Yeah.
TJ tomorrow.
yeah, because it doesn't make sense. We're not even getting, every time I go there and, the water director up there, man, last year, she never have time to sit down and come out and talk and stuff like that, so.
But give me the name of all the individuals you're seeking to have at this meeting. And a letter will go out to TJ tomorrow.
Okay, then, I'll do that.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Old business.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything under old business? I can just say under old business, this isn't really old business because it hasn't been implemented yet. But in spite of the way the tone of this meeting began, really focusing in with police and some of the adverse things that's been occurring, what you have to be able to do is at the end of the day, you have to take a position, you know, and at least attempt to do the right thing. Folks gonna say whatever they're gonna say, and as long as things stay where they can do what they wanna do, doesn't make a difference. We just entered into an agreement that with 30 days notice, we could terminate it at any time. So it can't hurt anything. What I'm saying and what's so depressing is that when you see all of this development and this stuff that's happening, and then you have to deal with something like that, you know, it's depressing. You know, I'm looking at, I've just talked with the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. This roof on this building is fixing to be replaced, okay? Has been replaced since 1976. We got $1.5 million to replace. It's hot in here now. The air conditioner don't have the time work. To replace every unit on it, there's 6 units on this building. To replace all 6. Okay? We got also money to do the HVAC at the Community Service Center and the roof. So we're doing the roof here, the HVAC. Then I turn around and we pick up another $250,000 to replace every door and every window in the building.
Which bill?
Energy efficient. We just got that, I just got notices from it, another grant. And so all of these things that's happening. And as you look at Woodlawn and drive down Woodlawn, I just signed and executed the Osland grant to put the football field with the walking trail around it, along with the concessions and basketball court down Woodlawn. That's another $600,000. So right there, you're talking about almost $4 million, new money that's coming in here. In addition to that, we just got the notice for $689,000 for that asylum seekers program. And a lot of folks don't feel this way, regardless of the way that you feel. You know, I got my own personal feelings, but I got my business opinion too. I know that the doors at that center, and many of you know, was original doors when that center was built in the 60s. You know how much it costs to replace those doors? almost $30,000. They're done. Drive by there, look how nice it looks. Take some time out, go in that building. They installed showers, 6 showers. Whether that program lasts or not, that building's gonna be there. And they've spent over $240,000 so far just on that building. Out of that grant, they got one person over there. And they're not gonna stay there, it's only for 90 days. You know, and so you have folks that say, oh, you know, this, that, other, they ain't doing nothing. I don't wanna get into that. At any rate, we continue to bring in additional revenue. You're looking at over $5 million that I got listed here that happened this year, okay, of new grants and money that's coming in here. I'm happy to report I got a grant for $500,000 to do the recreation building. And then I lost the election, they lost the building, they lost the grant. I was able to get it back, reinstituted. But one thing they told me, and this is based on 2015 figures, and you know better than anybody else, you, Bobby, and the rest of y'all as carpenters, that the cost of doing construction in 2015 compared to 2024 is almost 3 times the cost. So I got to take that same money and finish the building in order to pick up the additional money that they're holding. And so I'm proud to say that I have Trustee Wilson overseeing that. He knows more about construction than I do. And he put a team together. I got Mr. Rush, who's a former resident, that's an electrician that's doing electricity over there. And he's doing a fantastic job. And then we have several of our Latino brothers that's doing some work over there that have done commercial framing, that have done that type of stuff, that they're putting framing in terms of the offices, the female and male washrooms, the mezzanine, the stairs, and whatever else that needs to be done. But there's still a long way to go. We have till September the 30th to finish that. If you don't finish it, you can't draw down the other $250,000. That's how that program works. And so we have so many things that's going on in this town. It's just depressing to like leave out here and hear pop, 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 pop. You know, you wonder, I wonder, Judge, is it worth it? I really, honestly said, let Trustee Wilson or somebody do this. I can come in and work as a consultant.
No, not me.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is some real, but I'm telling you, a couple of times I can leave out of this place, you know, just to kind of regather. So I just want to update the board and residents and visitors. It's a lot of good stuff happening in Fort Hays. A lot of it. We ain't even talked about the housing rehab program. We're fixing to put up about 8 new homes. And it's working together because we find folks that have the capital to invest in our community and put structures up. And they're doing a beautiful job. And the fact of the matter is that sometimes you have to help yourself. You know, you can't just wait on grant money or wait on this person or that person. And that's what we're doing with the housing program. And Trustee Wilson's over the housing program. All of this stuff is correlated. And I did ask the board at the last board meeting to do the $3,000 in the dumpster for the 1532, the 1500, the Congress address, and there's several others. There's 2 more developments that I'm going to ask the board on Diplomat, the house that was burnt up, to allocate the same thing for that particular house and the one that Chaco Webster used to live in on 14th Place. So, and that's the $3,000 for each of those locations and the dumpster. Can I have a motion to do that, please?
So moved, man.
Moved by Trustee Griffin, is there a second?
Second, man.
Second by Trustee Viverette. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Wilson,
Stay.
Trustee Harper,
Yes.
Trustee Viverette,
Yes.
Trustee Griffin.
Yes.
The motion is carried to allocate $3,000 to the 3 locations as outlined by the mayor.
And a dumpster.
And dumpster.
Okay. Thank you. And anything else on the old business? We've been here a while. I know the basketball game is on, so it's kind of time for me to get out of here. just kind of kidding a little bit, but I'm really being honest. But under new business, excuse me, trustee, we can get out of here real quick. Depending if we don't have too many things with citizens. But under new business, I received a request from Mr. Jose Hardy's granddaughter has been accepted to study abroad over in Portugal this summer. And what he is requesting the board to make some type of donation. It costs $7,000 for her to do this. She's an A student, an honor student, all types of accolades. And we do support our local, not only residents, but crew of our residents. Even though she may not live in the town, she is Gertha Hardy's great-grandmother. Gertha is her great-grandmother. And Jose, who's here that's present, is the young lady's granddad. And her name, Jose?
Baby Bess.
How do you pronounce it?
Baby.
Baby Bess.
Bess, the last name is Bess.
Okay,
Oh, my daughter Mary.
cool. I'm asking Jose, before I ask the board to make a contribution, a donation or something to help this young lady with her quest to go abroad to continue our excellent studies. Is there something that you would like to say, Jose?
You know, she's, you know how they say it takes a village to raise a kid, and this is a village, and I figured, you know, I'm from here, my family's from here, and I'm just, you know, helping her out.
Okay. Are there any questions from the board, Mr. Hurd? Judge?
Count me in. Count the study group in.
Okay.
Good move, man.
Okay, well, we gotta have some kind of amount. What would you recommend, Trustee Bivette? Not to put you on the spot, then. I'm only kidding. I think that village should do $1,000 for something like this.
See what I'm saying?
Was you gonna say the same thing?
No, I was gonna lie.
No, I said, okay.
I was gonna say at least 2,000.
These 2,000,
You know,
Yeah.
I'd say, I'm gonna say we'll work with the study group. The village can afford $1,000. Okay, and I'm gonna talk to the attorney. We're gonna see what we're able to do for the young lady.
Right.
Okay. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay, can I have a motion? Please.
So
Move by trustee Bivette, that's second. Second by trustee Wilson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Griffin?
Yes.
Trustee Harper?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Viverette?
Yes.
The motion is carried to allocate $1,000 to Bailey Best for her abroad studies.
Okay. I appreciate you.
And thanks, at some point, we'd like for Bailey to at least come in person. This is
I would have told her tonight. She knows she does a lot of things, but we'll
Okay.
get to a board meeting.
And I can tell you this, that the attorney just whispered in my ear that he's gonna match what the board did. So, and, just for the record, I would not recommend that trustee Viverette send them out again. Citizens.
Less.
Mr. McCary. So would you stand, please, give your name and address?
Gary Carey, 1421 East 15th Street. I wanted to know the dumpster that you set down there on 15th Street, is that for the village, for the people that's in the area to use?
It's a dumpster where,
It's on Deer Creek.
Down on Deer Creek?
It's on 1501 Deer Creek.
Down at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in front of the house you tore down.
down by the house on Deer Creek, that new one.
By the
I didn't put it
There's a
up
dumpster
there.
there. When
Yeah, it's a
somebody
dumpster
puts a
there.
dumpster there.
I have no idea who placed the dumpster there. I didn't request it.
Okay.
So I wouldn't, get with, Public Works Department, we're gonna get some dumpsters and see.
Yeah.
Wouldn't wanna use somebody else's dumpster.
But who put the dumpster there? What you putting in it? The place
It could have been the county, I don't know. You know, they're doing some cleanup too.
I think that is the county dumpster, because it's the county, they were going out there.
Police just sit on
Yeah, they
the
swapped it down there.
Yeah,
Okay.
to the county, yeah, they're gonna help try to do some cleanup with
Well,
that.
they're doing some cleanup as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I think they get like a lot of garbage that's laying around and stuff like that.
Well, Barry, if you got some stuff though, I do have Gary that's coming in next week. And I'm talking about probably 40 truckloads of stuff going to the dump.
Okay.
You know, we can coordinate.
The house that I have, that I got from the village, when it was a dope house, it's a bunch of garbage back there, man, I can't get it out from back there. We had cleaned it out at one time, me and Chris cleaned it all out from back there, now it's back. It's back there when it was a dope house.
Well,
I got those guys, Barry. If you need some help or somebody to come in, once we do this cleanup program,
Yeah,
I can make that happen for you.
I appreciate it, man.
Okay.
I have some dumpsters set over that way, because there's a couple of houses over there that's gonna be done. So, we make that go away.
okay, thank you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Leslie Walker, from the residents from Salt Village. Last year I called you guys, and my question was, do you guys come and do anything for the veterans of Fort Heights? Or do you have something in place for Veterans Day for the veterans that serve from Fort Heights?
No, not that I know of. We do not have a veteran program per se. I'm working with a group that's dealing with some development for veterans. I'm working with several organizations that's interested in doing veteran housing, affordable housing. But as far as a day of celebration or something like that, I know Woody Rush used to do it.
Yeah.
And we've worked with him in the past, but we don't have anything as far as the village is concerned, where we,
Maybe you should think about doing it.
maybe, you know, that's something that we maybe,
Because right now is May, so November 11th is Veterans Day. So you got like, and it's a lot of veterans from Fort Heights.
right.
I didn't know myself, there on Facebook, there was a lot of veterans, I walk past every day. You know, they were on, veterans, including myself. I'm a veteran.
Okay, excellent. Maybe you get with the village clerk, and that's something that we can highlight and put something locally together. I think, you know, at the end of the day, anything that's positive, we want to highlight, you know.
Yeah.
It only makes sense.
Right.
Hey, good seeing you.
Thank you, man.
Good seeing you.
Thank you for your time.
I'm Robert Holloway, 1520 Congress. Hello to the board and trustees, mayor. My issue, well, my thing is that I was trying to get an ideal, more definitive ideal when the sidewalks are going to be repaired, because I'm more concerned with kids playing a lot, and it's some bad sidewalk work that I'm worried about somebody getting hurt and making me my home the liability for it. And secondly, I don't know if y'all know, I'm a carpenter. I've been idle a little bit, but if you guys got work going on, I'd be more than glad to at least take a look and see if I qualify to do some of that work.
Okay, great. And let me just say that there's no liability with sidewalks for you personally. It's a city liability.
I don't want to see nobody get hurt.
We don't want to see nobody, but I just want to assure you that you don't have to worry about that. And I've identified the location right off of Congress as that location along with an ambassador location in the cul-de-sac. And I'm gonna ask you, Trustee Griffin, with your public works guys, if you could canvass the community and get possibly 10 more locations for me, bring me the addresses back, and I'll contact, we have a local contractor, Rock General Concrete, and he gives us a great price, because I compared his price to about 4 or 5 contractors. And so we'll do
I can do that. I wanted to involve
We'll do that.
seniors and seniors' homes.
Always, seniors are always priority, but anything that's a safety hazard,
Right.
you know, those are at the top of the list.
I'll take care.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions? Statements? See, there's none. Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate you. On third Wednesday. Okay, today the first, so it'll be on the 15th. Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn? All in favor, just sign of aye? Okay. This thing, trustee, what's the second?
Write it down.